Hello friends and weirdos of all shapes and sizes. I know as some of you may be thinking, Iris, hair, question mark? And the answer is, yes, I did. You like it? I got inspired by this one girl's hair that my boyfriend was watching on YouTube. It was like, I don't remember what type of video it was. I watched it and I thought it was funny and I really liked her hair. That's all that mattered. But anyways, I have been doing good. I hope you've been doing good. Today's video is kind of on a serious note, but like not super serious. It's just kind of like why I'm not supporting something anymore. And I hope you will tune in and enjoy my opinion. And a quick like disclaimer beforehand, yes, this is entirely my opinion. This is me giving you my opinion on why I do not support something anymore. You can do whatever you want with that information. You can do as you please because I can't control what you do at the end of this. But I just hope that you listen to my points and just, I don't know, watch my video. Because, I don't know, I feel like some people will be able to relate with some of the stuff that I have to say about this, especially like this topic, because like it's literally about a show. So it's still airing today. It's been airing since like 2018, I guess. But either way, anyways, the show that I am talking about is Baddies. It's under Zeus Network. I've basically watched all of Baddies until Baddies USA. Like I've watched all of Baddies USA. I just haven't seen chapter 2, and I've seen the trailer for it before my subscription ended. And it just looks like what you would expect from Baddies. So I really don't have much to say about it because like I've just lost all interest in it, and I'm here to explain why. So this is a prepared video. I have it written down, as you can see. Yeah, it's like 3 pages worth of information. But again, another disclaimer, I am speaking on this show as a unbiased woman. This is not me speaking about issues that do not concern me. I'm just here. I'm an unbiased opinion. I have no place to speak on Black issues because I know Zeus Network is a Black-owned network. I'm like, it is not my place. It's really not my place. But I am here as an unbiased woman, here to give you my opinion on why I do not support the show Baddies anymore. So I have like 5 points. The third one is going to be like my main point, and the 5th one is also going to be like one of my main points. But I have 5 points of why I do not like bother to support this show anymore. So point number 1, I'm gonna be like looking off reading because like I cannot remember all of this stuff that I wrote down, so I'm just gonna be like reading off of it. But like as a show, I feel like it's like meant to uplift talented women, but it's like not really hitting the mark. Like I get that it's always been a violent show, but there has to be a line drawn at least somewhere, you know? Cause like it's honestly pretty degrading watching so many women fight so much. And in my opinion, baddies don't always need to fight to prove themselves. Getting nails broken, ending up with facial scars and swollen lips only makes you angrier. It would make me more pissed looking in the mirror, friggin' having a black eye after that. Like, what the heck? The fighting just makes it worse, in my opinion. And you're gonna hear me talk about the fighting a lot, and I will get to that because I will be yeah. My second point is that no one can really come together all at once without fists flying. In a show like Baddies, obviously most people know it's a spin-off from Bad Girls Club from like the early 2000s. I think it stopped airing in like 2017, and then Natalie came out with Baddies. So yeah, and obviously Bad Girls Club was still like pretty violent, but it still encouraged a bond between all the women inside and outside the house. From what I remember, it worked sometimes. Not all the time, but you know, it still kind of worked. And it was nice to see those moments where like all the women were bonding and having a good time, you know? But like, in my opinion, if you really find it that hard to get along with somebody, there's also the option of not talking to them and keeping your distance. And if you really have to be in the same room with them, just don't talk to them. Mind your business. And like, if they go out of their way to provoke you, then leave. And if they're still provoking you after that, then ignore it, honestly. And if they're still going out of their way to provoke you, then at that point, file a restraining order. And if they're still provoking you after that, then honestly, that person has issues. That's my opinion. Like, if a person really wants to go out of their way to bug you that much, then they have issues that they need to deal with themselves. And so just ignore them and literally just let them fight out their own issues. But that's just me. I feel like Baddies tried to encourage that bond, but like they were just like, meh. You know, like that was their effort. Like they kind of tried in the earlier seasons, but now it's just kind of like they want everyone to constantly provoke each other because it brings attention to the show. And like I said, that's my opinion. And we're on to my third and biggest point. This one was like the longest to write. This one took up like an entire page by itself. But point number 3 is I honestly just feel like there's a huge lack of genuine communication between all the women on the show. During my time like watching Baddies, I'm pretty sure, I mean, I and a lot of other people can probably say that there are a lot of beautiful and talented women that come on that show. Like there are a lot that are still on the cast, there are a lot that have left the show, there are a lot that came off the cast. Like it's just a show full of beautiful women. It gives beautiful women opportunities. I want to say opportunities, but I was like, I have my opinions. But that's a whole can of worms that I don't really want to dive into because I don't really have the knowledge to dive into it. Like I said, this is just me giving my opinion as to why I don't support something. So I'm like, I am not a video essay person. But yeah, there's a lot of beautiful women on the show. And like to see so much arguing and beef and fighting over what are a lot of, in my opinion, small things, it honestly gets really annoying really fast. And I know some of you watching this are going to be like, well, what about the jumping of family members? Or what about the women calling in other people to jump cast members? Or what about the bringing in fake firearms? Or what about the bear spray? It is honestly on Zeus and the producers to make sure that there are stricter ground rules and regulations for these women to keep them safe while they're on the show. Nobody needs to be bringing in anybody else. And they need to be making sure that that does not happen. It's literally on them as to why that's happening. So, honestly, producers and Zeus Network, do better to protect your cast members. If they're on your show, honestly, then you need to put stricter ground rules, especially if you do not want the show to be so chaotic. because it's just pure chaos now. And like, I honestly have a point in here. It seems like the show isn't really well regulated, and these past few seasons have honestly been so chaotic. It feels like everyone on set doesn't really know what's gonna happen next. And there's so much fighting between these women, where I feel like not even the cast members really have time to process what's going on, or like they really have time to chill out and just connect with other people, like especially the other cast members. Like, nobody has time to settle down, because it's always like, oh, this fight ended, now someone else is fighting. Like, it just seems exhausting. Physically, mentally, like, draining. That's what I tell my friends. I'm like, you can never catch me on that shit. I'm too much of an empath. I'm too much of a bring everyone together and talk it out type person. And I know a lot of the people in there are not. So, honestly, I would love to see a show where a lot of strong women can come together and have a good time with each other. And if there's issues, then they can sit down and truly talk about it with each other without, like, outside intervention. Like, other people putting in their opinions while you're trying to talk to somebody. Because, like, there's so many times in that show where it gets, like, oh my god. It's just so overwhelming. But yeah. Like, I would just love to see healthy bonds in large groups of women without emphasizing jealousy or gossip. And honestly, that sounds achievable. And if it's not, well then, I guess I'm delusional. But I feel like a show that shows those things is so greatly needed right now, especially being in a society so desensitized to violence. I feel like we need healthier forms of media to consume. Something needs to be done about TLC, that's for sure. Anyways, that's a whole can of worms. Now we're on to my fourth point. Point number 4. Natalie is getting annoying. Genuinely, she's pissing me off. She can't make up her mind on if she wants to be behind the scenes as a producer or alongside the cast members. I feel like she's been egging on some of the drama between some of these women just to keep it going. Like, poking the bear, stoking the flames. Also, her friendship with Scotty and Rolly got weird, especially after Midwest, in my opinion. And I just feel like they're getting tired of her. Scotty especially. Now that she has a baby, she's got her priorities, and mothers don't have time for bullshit. I'm surprised Natalie has all the time for bullshit, considering that she's also a mom, but I have my opinions. Like I said, this video is literally my opinion. And if that's not the case, like if they're not getting tired of Natalie, then I am. I'm getting tired for them. I am absolutely exhausted. I'm done. And that leads me to my 5th and final point, which is literally the main thing that I've been talking about this entire video, is just the fighting. It's so much. Like, the trailers for friggin' the last 2 or 3 seasons of Baddies is just full of fights. And I remember, like, in, like, the first few seasons of Baddies, I remember watching the trailers, like, they would actually have sit-down sessions, and, like, they would talk. I remember some tears would be shed. But now it's just, like, wham, bam, boom, bang, boom, bop, bing, bop, like, fists everywhere, battles of fisticuffs. And I'm like, is that not exhausting? Like, I don't know. I just don't understand how all these cast members are not physically and mentally so exhausted and like wanting to take a break. Because I know some of these women have been doing 4, 5, 6 seasons, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4 seasons. Like, after my first season, I think I'd be done. I don't even think I'd make it through a full season. I don't like fighting. I fight with my words, not my hands. But yeah, I feel like after Baddies Midwest, it just kind of escalated. And then Baddies Gone Wild came out, and then it was just up from there. And with there being so much fighting as there is, like, so much drama, it's like people expect to see Baddies action even when the show isn't airing. Like, after the season's over, it's all, oh, who has scores to settle in the next season, or who's going to be talking about who online after this season. And I'm just like, I'm just here. I am just here. I got chill music going in the background. I'm just here. But obviously I'm not just here because I have to yap about it. But yeah, it's getting to the point where Baddies, like the show as a whole, it might as well just be a bootleg MMA show, but there's alcohol involved and there's no trainer in sight. It's tiring. It's exhausting. And it just kind of sucks seeing so many women, like, as a whole, portrayed so poorly just for a messy reality show that's probably just as poorly regulated. So, but yeah, my conclusion is, if you want to keep watching Baddies as a show, you can. If you want to keep up with the drama, you can. I'm opting out. You can do what you want with this little spiel that I just went on. But I'm not watching the show anymore. As someone who has had a Zeus subscription for almost like 2 years, watching Baddies and Jocelyn's Cabaret and Bad Boys and Erica Mena's show, I've watched a lot on that network, and I think I'm just done. I'm tired of seeing the violence in an already violent world. I think it's just me wanting to let go for me to feel more at peace, I guess. So, yeah. But anyways, thank you for enjoying my spiel. Thank you for watching through the entire thing if you decided to watch the entire thing. Do with my words what you will. You don't have to hop on my boat, but if you want to, you're more than welcome to. And if you don't want to, and if you're like, Iris, your opinion sucks, that's okay too. And like, if you want to let me know that in the comments, that's fine too. Am I going to respond to it? Probably not. I'm going to be like, cool, you think my opinion sucks. You don't have to like it. But we're here. I'm here. And I'm not supporting Zeus Network anymore. And you don't have to. But yeah. That's it. That's the end of my video. I hope you had a good day. I hope you ate something good for breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever time you're watching this. And remember to be a good human. Remember to drink water. And remember to subscribe and leave this video a like if you liked it. And for those of you who are new, hi, I'm Iris. Welcome to my channel. This is me. You can go check out my other videos on my channel. I'm going to be coming out with a crochet tips video next, because I know some people have been asking for that. Wink, wink. But yeah. Bye-bye. See you next time. And take care of yourself.